Says it's streaming live to me.
Yep. Stream just started, and let me get it up on the Timnath page.
See, somebody's got music going.
You want to turn it down a little?
Okay, we are live streaming and up on the Timnath webpage. So whenever you're ready, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, Melissa, will you call us to order?
I sure will. Mayor Mark Sukup.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Rick Collins.
Here.
Councilmember Aaron Pearson.
Here.
Councilmember Lisa Lake. Here. Councilmember Brett Hansen.
Here.
Okay. Any amendments to the agenda, Aaron? Aaron Adams?
Nope.
Okay.
No, Mark.
Thanks.
Aye.
Public comment, we had a number of letters I saw submitted. Nothing more, right, Melissa? Okay, great. Consent agenda, check registers. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Will you call the vote, Melissa?
Yes. Mayor Mark Sukup.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Rick Collins.
Yes.
Councilmember Aaron Pearson.
Yes.
Councilmember Lisa Lake.
Yes.
Councilmember Brett Hansen.
Yes.
All passed. Consent agenda on setting public hearings. Consent agenda on ordinance 1 series 2021 for sales and use tax. Does anybody have any questions on that? Okay, could I have a motion to approve it?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, can you take a roll call vote, Melissa?
Yes. Mayor Mark Sukup.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Rick Collins.
Yes.
Councilmember Aaron Pearson.
Yes.
Councilmember Lisa Lake.
Yes.
Councilmember Brett Hansen.
Yes.
Item 6, consent agenda other. Anybody have any questions regarding that? Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Could you call the roll call vote, Melissa?
Mayor Mark Sukup.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Rick Collins.
Yes.
Councilmember Aaron Pearson.
Yes.
Councilmember Lisa Lake.
Yes.
Councilmember Brett Hansen.
Yes.
Reports. The only report I've got is to introduce to the town Aaron Adams, who's our new town manager. We're real excited. All of us on the council and myself are very excited to have him here. And Aaron, do you want to make a couple comments?
Sure. Thank you, Mark. Very excited and happy to be here. Unfortunately, through the laptop having an audio issue, so that's why you see a phone pop up instead of my face, but excited to be here on day number 2 and excited to get to work with this mayor and council and an excellent staff. So just very pleased to be here and ready to roll my sleeves up and get going.
Great. And if anybody's interested, sort of a small bibliography of Aaron's on our website. Any council reports?
I just have one quick thing, Mark. So we are scheduled for a work session on January 26th to talk about the council code of conduct And I did get an email from Robert. I haven't touched base with him yet, but I was wondering if that's something that we still want to move forward with this month, or if we want to put that on hold while, I can reach out to Aaron to work on that with him as our new manager. And then I wasn't sure about Robert's schedule with the new attorney coming on board and things. So I was kind of just trying to get a feel for what council thought, whether, and I guess Robert too, whether how high that is on the priority list, I guess, for this month.
So let me tell you, Aaron, correct me if I'm wrong, and I forgot that we were going to have this special meeting there, but I think we're going to have an exec meeting on the 26th to go over the applications for the new town attorney. So if it's okay with you and Aaron, what I think makes sense is that, and then it probably makes sense for the new lawyer to just get up to speed with that also, that maybe we put that till either the first meeting in February or the second one, if that's okay. And that makes sense.
I'm fine with that, because I know that on the 26th, we do have that executive session. So, this is still important to me, but I don't know that it takes the top of the priority list at this point in time. So.
Yeah, no, I agree. And it's important to me too. So, and I've got 2 or 3 things I hope get on there. So I definitely want to get it done. Let's just make it a priority that the worst case is the second meeting in February and best case is first meeting in February.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. Anybody else, council? Okay, thanks. Next, business 8.1 resolution number 69 series 2020, and a resolution approving the Fisher Farm subdivision first filing. And it's my understanding that staff would like that to be tabled. Is there any discussion that we need to have on that? Okay. Hey, Robert, what do I need to do to table that? Do we vote or do we just say we table it? Robert?
Sorry about that. It doesn't matter. So long it's been noticed, the public has had an opportunity to tune into the meeting. They recognize that it's being tabled. So I slightly prefer that you open the item on the floor and then table it, but either way is fine.
So I introduced it, resolution 69 series 2020. Is there anything more you want me to?
I would make a motion that we table it according to staff's request.
Okay. Okay. Melissa, will you do a roll call vote?
Mayor Mark Sukup,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Rick Collins,
Yes.
Councilmember Aaron Pearson,
Yes.
Councilmember Lisa Lake,
Yes.
Councilmember Brett Hansen.
Yes.
And just as a point of clarification, that motion reflected tabling until a date certain of January 26, 2021 at 6 p.m. for the
That's correct.
members of the audience that are tuned in.
Correct.
Great, thank you. 8B, resolution number 2, series 2021, a resolution appointing Christine Bickley to the Planning Commission alternate. Matt, do you want to talk about that?
Thank you, Mayor. Very quickly, we did have we had a vacant seat that came up for the alternate, or actually for a full position that we moved individual to the full position, Lisa Bard, and then we're asking for this alternate position to be appointed tonight. Christina Bickley, we interviewed Planning Commission Chair, as well as Aaron Pearson and myself. And she met the qualifications, been a resident for a few years now, and is excited to be on the Planning Commission. I will point out her term does expire March 31st, 2021, which just because of the seat that she's taking, we will bring forward at that point an appointment for reappointment for all those individuals that want to continue on the planning commission. So she'll have another action there on the in March, but no issues with that.
And Matt, my understanding is you had 2 or 3 people you interviewed for that, right?
We had 3 applications. The other 2, they were very new residents in town and had a certain, by reading their application, felt they had an agenda to fill just to a degree. So we did not actually go and speak with those other folks. So we focused in on Christina, and had that not had been met warmly from our group, we would have gone out for additional applications.
Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Melissa, will you do a roll call vote?
Mayor Mark Suka,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Rick Collins,
Yes.
Councilmember Aaron Pearson,
Yes.
Councilmember Lisa Lake,
Yes.
Councilmember Brett Hansen.
Yes.
Resolution number 3, series 2021, resolution approving the contracting for 811 utility location services. There's some information in our packet, and Don, would you elaborate?
Sure. Thank you, Mayor. I think, as most of you know, the town is responsible for several underground utilities, and the state has mandated that the town be included in the 811 one-call system. And to allow that to happen, we've had to go through a series of, let's just say, bids, or get an RFP out there for a third party to help us do this. And I'll let Eric Furman from our office has headed all that up. And Eric, I'll let you talk more specifically about what we've done.
So on the RFP, we did go out for 3 bids from the providers in the area that provide these services for other utilities. The best RFP back was from Primo, who provides this locating service. They will receive the tickets from 811 and provide the locating with input from us when needed. We've prepared mapping for them and everything, so hopefully we can make it a standalone service. The budget request that is in there does request more funds for this service. When we put the budget together last year, we had based it on an estimate of about 2,000 locates for the year, or 150 a month. After we went out and got the RFP and the information back from 811, they are telling us to expect about 4,000 locates in the Timnath area. That's what tickets they issued in 2019. And so after discussing with Lisa, we made the request for the full amount to cover that estimate based on the new information that we had received post-budget preparation. This is a per ticket cost, so the expenses will vary per month depending on what tickets actually get called in for locates. And so it's kind of a program we will be monitoring and working with Primo to get going and to help the town in this meeting the state statutes. If you have any other questions.
Lisa, you gave the same look that I did when I heard this initially on a draft about 4,000 locates. Why don't you guys explain the 4,000 locates real quick, because I thought that was informative.
So to the 811 system, we have to provide a GIS shapefile of everywhere in town that the town has a utility. Our storm sewer system, our traffic signals, the street lights that we own and maintain, and our non-pot system. And based on that polygon that we gave them in the Timnath area of this is where we have facilities, they dropped that into their mapping and could historically go through their records and said if this shapefile had been in their system in 2019, it would have triggered 4,200 and some tickets based on being in proximity to that locate. Several tickets may be a repeat call, like Harmony Road may have generated 400 or 500 of those tickets in 2019 because that project was under construction. Something that's long-term might generate multiple tickets, or a resident asking for locates would generate one ticket. So not having the detail as to what those tickets entailed, some of them will be very quick in that we don't actually have a facility at that specific address. It might be on your neighbor's lot, for example, if you called in for a service, but it would still generate a ticket because we're close enough for the utilities for 811 to be concerned.
Okay.
Can
Great.
I ask a question about the cost? Because the difference between those two was pretty significant. Why is that? Do you know?
The only thing I can think of is in talking to him, David versus Goliath. USIC is a national company. They have a lot more exposure risk. They're the primary locator for CenturyLink, Comcast, those type of facilities. Primo is a local company out of Windsor. They've been in service since mid 2000s, I believe. Small company. They can dedicate the services we need. They currently do the locates for Poudre Valley REA and assist back up the city of Loveland. We have also personally worked with them through TST for private locates. So just a lot different overhead and approach to how to go after this.
Thank you.
Yep.
Anybody else have any questions? Could I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Melissa, could you do a roll call vote?
Mayor Mark Sukup,
Yes?
Mayor Pro Tem Rick Collins,
Yes.
Councilmember Aaron Pearson,
Yes.
Councilmember Lisa Lake,
Yes.
Councilmember Brett Hansen.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Discussion, 9A, discussion regarding appointment of the Harmony Corridor Design and Review Committee. Are we going to, if we get through this, are we going to approve your suggestions here, Matt, as a resolution, or is it just a discussion item?
It's just discussion to get guidance from the council, and then we'll bring back a resolution at our next meeting.
Okay, great. So go ahead and take it away, Matt.
Sure. Thank you, Mayor and Council. So as you know, the Harmony Corridor Design Standards were approved a few years ago now, and we are getting to a point where there's some applications coming forward. As part of those Harmony reviews, Harmony Corridor Standards, there is a requirement for a design review committee. At the time, it was contemplated to have a council member, a staff member, and then independent consultants. That it may be made up of those individuals. So tonight, I won't go through the entirety of the staff report, but staff is looking for a recommendation, or at least a direction from council. We have three options in keeping with the spirit of the code. Option one would be to have which is our preferred option, is a 1 or 2 staff members on the DRC, and then 3 independent design professionals. And that makeup would then be able to be rotated to have at least 3 people reviewing all applications against the Harmony Corridor Standards. Option 2 would be to have just have only staff review, similar to what we're doing right now, and then there'd be no external consultants involved, and it would be the same staff that's reviewing applications that come through for any land use application. This one's is okay as well, but I think that having the independent design professionals gives a little bit more of a robust review and an independent look at it. Option 3 is to have, as it is stated in the standard, council member, and then staff member, and then the independent consultants. option 3, the challenge with that is when you do introduce a council member into the equation, not that we don't welcome a council member to be on it. It just it creates a little more of a onerous committee, similar to a Parks, Finance, or Metro District type style committee that is more of a in a public setting where there's publicly advertised and those type of things. So it created inadvertently a little more of a complication. And furthermore, the council members will all see this coming forward as a when the recommendations are brought forward from the DRC, so that you'll have a chance to look at it and hear what the DRC brings forward in any scenario. So with that laid out, open it up to questions, and like to get some guidance on this, and we'll bring back a proposal to you.
Does anybody have comments or questions for Matt?
No, this is Rick. All I'd say is it looks to me like anything that this review committee comes up with comes back before the council. And you're upgrading it from just having it basically just staff to bringing on some additional folks as well. So option 1 sounds fine to me.
Great, thank you.
I agree with Rick there on that.
Matt, just to clarify, any costs associated by this additional review, that's borne by the developers, and it's a pretty minimal cost, if I understand correctly.
Correct, yeah, and I've been, so these independent consultants, they actually were involved in the help assisting staff with writing the Harmony Corridor standards, so they have the background knowledge in the standards, so there won't be kind of a necessarily a ramp up for them. Then the time involved, maybe a half a day or so per review, that kind of thing, and then getting together with each other to have a session to discuss the comments, and then to put a collective comment packet together. I'm going to uniformly, if we go this route, I'll uniformly apply their hourly rate, so it doesn't matter if independent consultant A or independent consultant C is on there, they'd have the same rate. And then we would actually, as part of our fee agreements that we have with every development, community development application, that application developer would need to pay the fees associated with it. So, and to your last point about the amount of the cost, it probably will be a few $100s. This is not on a multi-$1,000 project. Is a pretty small impact. So, in my opinion.
Okay, thank you. I agree with Aaron and Rick. I lean towards option 1 myself.
Any other discussion? And I agree with the council members also in that I think option 1 sounds great, because we're going to see this again anyway. So it makes more sense having a few other eyes on it and stuff. So does that give you the guidance that you were looking for, Matt?
It sure does. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you. So Happy New Year to everybody. Nice way to get started. Real quick one. Aaron, it's great to have you. We look forward to working with you and going on. And so do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Melissa, will you do a roll call vote?
Mayor Mark Sukup,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Rick Collins,
Yes.
Councilmember Aaron Pearson,
Yes.
Councilmember Lisa Lake,
Yes.
Councilmember Rick Collins.
Again, yes.
I'm also yes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We look alike.
I'm already out the door.
Councilmember Brett Hansen, I really wanted Rick to reiterate how happy he is.
I'm comfortable letting Rick speak for me. It's all good.
Okay.
All right. Hey, have a great rest of the week, everybody.